right, you guys, welcome to tonight's team call. It's March 27th, which means we have just a few days left in the month, which is crazy. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days left of the month. So I know that a few of you are wanting to hit Success Club, and it's possible. Obviously, there's plenty of time. I see Diana going like this. I know you're like that close. You've been rocking it. You've been doing so awesome. I'm so proud of you. Like, really, truly, you're just, I don't know, you just exude a lot of confidence right now. You have some momentum going. So congratulations to you. So that being said, Summit obviously is coming up on the 20, I should have these dates in front of me at all times. 21st of June. I booked my plane ticket yesterday. So that was exciting. That made it really real. So getting in on Tuesday, leaving on Sunday. So just kind of getting a taste of Indy a couple days before the madness starts. And then I'm working on our team party for Thursday afternoonish, looking at a couple different venues for, food and drinks and just time for us to bond and spend time together. I'm looking at a few different ones. Like last year, I'm going to ask for just a small deposit just to hold your head count, because it does cost per person for me. So I want to make sure that you do have some sort of commitment, and I'll cover the rest. So it's not like you're paying a lot. It's just holding your spot. But I'm going to make sure it's going to be really good. So I'm really excited about that. And then Super Saturday is coming up, obviously, April 7th. And I know I keep talking about it, but you guys have to get there. There's going to be a lot of announcements on top of things that we already know about with the beach bars, which are launching on the 6th, which I'm so excited about, you guys. They're so delicious and they're so good. 150 calories for a bar is half a red, half a yellow, and a teaspoon. So it's not even taking a whole container. So that's really exciting. And I'm going to try to figure out a way to start marketing. I haven't even put it out there. I know other coaches have started talking about it, and it's kind of time to do that because it's like not far away at all, and you need to start talking about that we're getting a new product out. So I know some coaches have been posting like, what's your favorite bar? Post below. People have been like, explaining Cliff Bar, or Laura Bar, or whatever, and just getting an idea of what people like, and then in comparison to what ours is. So again, I'm not really sure how I'm going to put that out there over the next couple days. I'm going to definitely try to start breadcrumbing that we do have it coming out, along with a Joel workout, which you guys, I don't know if you saw, maybe it was yesterday, a new video was posted about the new Joel workout. It looks really, really good, like 32 minutes or something like that. And it's just like nonstop, high intensity, lots of weights, and just crazy workout. So that, the Latino new program, or the new trainer, and then you be mindset. And then I'm not even sure what else is coming out. But it sounds like some stuff's coming out at Summit too. So we'll learn about that at Super Saturday. All right, what else? Okay, so I wanted to kind of talk about objections tonight, and I was hoping more people would be on for this topic, you guys. So hopefully there's going to be people listening to the replay, but thank you guys for getting on tonight, first and foremost. As you know, or may not know, the National Wake Up Call was based on this topic because it is a big one, because we all get them. All of us get this objection on some sort of function, whether it's with a business, whether it's with our products, whether it's in challenge groups, we have objections all the time. So I kind of wanted to go over some of my tips and advice on how to get over them, and then kind of give you a little bit of snippet of what the National Wake Up Call did go over, because it was pretty awesome. First, you know, again, we all get them. And if we don't get them, then we're not talking to people. If we're not getting objections, we're not talking to people at all, right? Because you're going to get them. And if you're not, then you're not talking to enough people. So I remember doing a live video on our team page a long time ago, because I remember a coach who's not really coaching anymore got so defeated because she had a couple people, number one, tell her no or had objections. And I'm like, you cannot get derailed in your business and in your life and in your mood because someone gives you an objection. Your objection is an opportunity to educate people. It's an opportunity to explain or get over whatever it is the person maybe doesn't understand or doesn't have enough information. So it's hard to maybe at first embrace the objection, but embrace objection, because at first it means that they're interested, but they have an obstacle to get over before they're actually going to decide, right? If they don't give you anything, then they're not interested at all. But if they give you something to work with, embrace that objection. So one thing that we get a lot, obviously, is price objection, time objection, I don't know objection. Like, there's so many different little objections. If you can master those objections that you're getting over and over and over again, then the more objections you get, the more times you're going to be able to explain and educate and get over them. So, okay, so like in the next wake-up call, Chelsea says to change our mindset, to hear the person that they give, whatever the objection they give you, let them tell you, like, tell me more. Tell me more about the objection that you have. You have an objection of price. Tell me more about that objection with Shakeology. What, why do you feel like it's not worth the price tag or whatever? So it's asking a lot of questions, validating their objection, validating them. You guys, who all on this call, whenever you first saw the Shakeology price tag, were like, no. No. All of us probably were. I know I was. I was like, I'm not paying $130 for a bag of Shakeology. I went to Walmart that same day with my husband, who is a supplement guru, and got a generic thing of protein powder and dumped a bunch of stuff in it and said, this is the same thing as Shakeology. That's what I did. So if I did that, you got to know that everybody else that you're talking to thinks the same thing, or they probably think the same thing. And that's okay, because they're not educated enough yet. So embrace that price objection that I get it. Can I tell you a story about when I first started with this journey? Because I thought this bag of powder was way overpriced, so I get it. Can I tell you where I began and why I've changed my mind? So whatever your story is, share that. And then, ask the question of, whatever it is their objection is. But again, just validating, I hear you, I understand your objection, I understand where you stand because I was there and I feel you. And this is what happened whenever I learned that this program or this product or whatever does this versus what you ever think this is. But okay, so a ton of notes over here. But again, I'm going to play a snippet of Chelsea, and then if we have time, I was going to play a little short one that I'm listening to with Get Over Yourself. So I'm still obsessed with that. All right. Again, objection is an opportunity to educate the person, whether it's price, time, lack of confidence, because a lot of times it's a person's lack of confidence. They think, I can't do that program you're doing. And I know Diana addresses that a lot. They think, I can't do what you're doing. And you gotta address that and say, you don't have to do what I'm doing. I want to know what you need, and I want to provide what you can do. So let's figure out what that is and go from there. And so a lot of times, again, it's their lack of confidence, and then you have to provide the confidence for them. I know that you can do this program. I know that you get whatever goals or whatever results that you're wanting to get with this program. and giving them that confidence. And using, use these. I hate when I write notes when I can't read them. Oh, this is another thing too. Addressing objections publicly on your social media. So if you're getting the same objection over and over again, and it doesn't have to be a long spiel of, oh my God, I'm getting so many objections about Shakeology, price, and explain why, but just like little breadcrumbs, like, oh, like I remember a time when I used to think I didn't need a pre-workout, and I would just go and get my workout in, and then this magical thing happened, and I got energized, and now it's like liquid gold, and now I can push through and do burpees, and just use examples of people's objections through your social media. So it's kind of a public thing. If you're getting them over and over again, just publicly address them, so people are already like overcoming their objections before they even talk to you. They're seeing that you had the same objection, but you overcame it. All right, so again, listen to objections, relate to objections, and then tell stories that people came over the objections, and then ask questions. Again, lots and lots and lots of questions. And listen and listen and listen. And then let them have their light bulb moment of how XYZ can help whatever XYZ problem or, whatever they need can be resolved with program or coaching or product or whatever. So, and again, not everybody's going to be ready when you reach out or when they have objections. And it's really okay. It really is okay, because maybe in their heart, they're like, I really want to do this. I just can't right now. And that's okay. Like it's okay to let them have their objections. It's okay to let them, work through them, and then maybe say, can I come back to you at a later time, like in a couple months, and see if we can work through this and see if a better time is for you. And that was kind of the follow-up with last week. But it's, sometimes the objections are so strong that you have to continue to talk to the person and have follow-up conversations. And then, again, it's not convincing people. This isn't the convincing business. It's just educating people with what we have and how it can fill a void in their life, and then overcoming and understanding what it is they need and providing that solution, right? Okay. All right. So all of that being said, I'm going to see if I've got this video up really quick.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to mute me.
It's okay. Good. All right. Let's just listen to a few minutes of this, and hopefully it will work.
Ways to put yourself out there and start that conversation. But what do we do when a question comes our way that we don't know how to answer, or maybe our prospect misunderstands our intention or the business model? Like I said, when I first started coaching, I had the belief without the knowledge. I had lost 50 pounds, so I was living proof that our products could change lives. But what I didn't have was a deeper understanding of our products and the company history, the business model, all those things that are scary for us and potentially keep us from inviting. I had results, but it was those life-changing results that ultimately gave me the confidence. So some of you guys are in the exact same place that I was. You have the results and you have the belief. You just don't have the answers. And then there are some of you who have the belief and the knowledge. You have your PhD in coaching, but you are struggling to take action because you're viewing objections as something to fear versus something that is going to build your faith in what we do. So my mission today, no matter where you are starting, is to share with you why not having all the answers is the answer, and why avoiding objections is actually causing you to avoid growth and success. An objection is simply an unanswered question. So you might have invited and you got no objection as your response, and your prospect is ready to sign up and join you. And that is an awesome feeling, but you can't expect it every single time. An invite with an objection as a response means that that person is interested enough to want to learn more about what you're offering. It's just a follow-up question or a fear of theirs that's coming to light. And from the beginning of my coaching career, I was not out to convince anyone. I was out to find the people who wanted to change and leave the most inspiring example to attract those people into my life. And I believe that I can contribute my love for this business to the fact that I'm not out to convince anyone. Neither should you. We're not here to change anyone's mind or win an argument about who's right and who's wrong. So when I was talking to people, it wasn't charged with negative energy or fear. It was exciting because the more objections or questions that were thrown my way, the more opportunities as a coach I had to find out that answer for them. I know I have a deep respect for anyone who says, that is a great question. I don't know the answer to that. Let me find it for you, because it shows me that they're listening and they care about my needs and they're honest and trustworthy. But to have a posture and be received like that with trust and respect, you've got to decide to become the kind of coach that people can trust, will be on this journey with them no matter what, and be the kind of coach that will find the answer no matter how hard. And once you go all in, your prospects will feel it. So the most common objections that I hear and I have heard over the last 6 years are rooted in 3 things: no money, no confidence, and no idea. And the objection that you receive will point you in the direction of your prospect's main problem or question. Now, the reason it seems that the objection is all they really care about is because you haven't shown them that you have the answer to the thing that they do care about, or you haven't taken the time to really understand what it is that they care about. So today, I'm going to share with you an example of each of those 3 objections and how I would personally handle that conversation. So the first one, no money. This is one of my favorites. And what's really cool is that as you start to truly believe and understand and experience the value of our products, you actually hear this a lot less because you feel the value in your DNA. And as people, we project a lot of our beliefs onto other people. So the stronger our convictions are in any area, the less we hear the objection. And the more you start to consistently hear a common objection, the more you want to just do kind of like a self-check and see where your beliefs are, and if they're solid or if they're shaky and you need to do a little bit more research. So when I started drinking Shakeology, I was making $15 an hour, student loan debt, living at home, and I decided to stop buying coffee, no online shopping, and I didn't drive my car unless I had to save on gas. That's my story, and that's what I share. So I want you to write out your challenge pack or Shakeology investment story from the other side, not as a coach, but as someone who is intimidated, because your authentic story is money. And then when they bring up the price, ask them this: could I share with you my story? Your empathy and honesty might be all they need. And if that doesn't work, you could ask this question: is price the only thing that's stopping you? Now, this is an awesome response because you get to hear their real fears. And I've learned that a price objection isn't real until someone has brought it up more than once. Usually it's an escape route, it's a way to procrastinate, or it's just a way to avoid the conversation. But if it's a fear of something else, you can address their fear directly. And then the price objection usually goes away. And if it is a price objection, you can say these 3 words. I love this: tell me more. You don't ever have to guess what's going on. You can ask them. So do they already have a protein powder? You can explain that Shakeology is so much more. Do they have debt? You can offer them the coaching opportunity. Are they afraid of spending money and risking that? Talk to them about the money back guarantee. Is it a sticker shock issue? You can break it down by price or ask them how much they spend per meal. Do they truly want it but can't afford it? Well, you can ask them if they're open to hearing your story and offer some help on how you budgeted for a new expense each month. And I found that in this process, when I let go of guessing and trying to read someone's mind and just ask, I love the process. And these questions are so critical, so you don't have to word vomit every answer you've got in your arsenal. You truly can get to the needs and the feelings of the person you're trying to serve. And if people are responding like they don't want help, believe them, move on, bless and release. So the second objection that I hear is no confidence. And typically, when a prospect has no confidence in their ability to successfully reach their goals, their excuses or their own limiting beliefs start to emerge. And that's not a bad thing. It's actually an awesome opportunity for you to showcase your coaching in the conversation before they sign up. They don't believe they can lose weight. They don't believe they can inspire other people. And this lack of confidence is actually the reason they need a coach or they need to be a coach. So when you get this objection, get excited because it's proof there's a huge demand for what we do. And when your prospect indicates that they can't because they don't have the support, they failed in the past, they've tried other MLMs, that is not a reflection on you or what we do. That is a reflection of very real pain or negative experiences from their past. Not that this coaching thing doesn't work or that this coaching thing is not for you. Their experiences are real, and we need to meet people where they are. I especially love hearing people try different shakes, home workouts, or even other network marketing opportunities for one reason. Our company is different. We are outstanding. And while some might be afraid that everyone is already being sold or invited and disappointed online, I get excited. Challenge accepted, guys. I think of it like my customer is Simon Cowell, and I've got my ear to the door listening to a horrible audition in front of me, and I know that I can nail it, and our products and opportunity are going to blow them away. The worse the person before us, the better we look. So here are some questions that you can ask to unearth their fears and encourage them with your experience. Ask them something like, what is the biggest risk in your eyes? What would happen if you failed? What is the scariest part about this for you? What hasn't worked for you in the past and why? What was your previous experience with that other product or that other company like? What does success look like to you? And how would it feel if you could make that happen? In my experience, my success in having confidence with inviting was all about embracing the objections, not overcoming them. And this entire journey is about authenticity and really helping people. I don't want to overcome, I want to understand. So by asking those questions and being committed to honoring their feelings and experience more than my bottom line, it allowed me to hear what was really going on and then speak directly to the feeling or the need that that person had. Or even take it a step further and share social media content or build a free group inspired by the objection that I keep hearing again and again, like a time management group, a budgeting challenge, or a book club where we can work together on their confidence. And the final objection that I hear all the time is just no idea. The people that I talk to have no idea what I'm doing. They have no idea what Shakeology truly is. They don't know what Beachbody On Demand actually has or what the coaching community offers us. They're interested and they say, they're not interested. They say thanks, but no thanks, even though I know they would be amazing and love what we do. Maybe they're misinformed and they say, I don't want to sell anything. Meanwhile, we're all selling something no matter what career we're in. And as we all know, coaches don't sell. We give and we share, we help, we mentor, and we run this race with our customers. If they're not in, respectfully say something like, I completely respect your decision. If I can help or support you in any way, now or in the future, let me know. I'm here for you. If they're not interested and they don't want help, make a recommendation of something that can help them outside of Beachbody, like a podcast, a video, or a cookbook. Talk about integrity and credibility. If I can't help you, maybe I can help you find someone who can. When you're talking to your friends and your family, your warm market, be warm and easygoing because these are relationships you want to nurture and protect. And they're going to see your results and see it firsthand. So you don't want to ruin this relationship by forcing something on them or arguing. If someone challenges your decision or your choice to become a coach or work out from home, remember you're not asking them for their opinion. You're offering to include them in your world. You're not taking a survey to hear what they think about the network marketing industry, supplements, or fitness in general. You've made your decision, and it's right for you. And if someone misunderstands you, say something like, before I say anything else, I just want to share my heart. I don't want you to think this. My only mission is to do that. What better way to share your heart and your true intentions than to share your heart and your true intentions? And as they start to respond with hesitations, objections, or questions, answer what you can and respect their choice. But then make a list of all the objections you hear. And for the rest of your coaching career, weave the answers to those questions into your social media content. If they have that question, there must be other people who have the same misconception. And I know I personally take full responsibility of not explaining or demonstrating the magic of Beachbody in my social media presence and life. And it's necessary for me to share that I have crushed an objection with perfect execution, and I still get no's, no thank yous, not right nows, and flat out nevers. But I love them. They are fuel to my fire, and they push me to live out what a mistake it was for them to pass out on my invite. I will always follow up, and there will always be an open door. But I call it talking the talk and walking the walk. Once everything is said and done, it is our job as coaches to show them what they're missing, show them the value, show them the joy, show them the lasting transformation, show them how this was the best decision that we have ever made. Because there is no price tag, no fear, no insecurity, no past failure, or no misconception that could ever stop us from doing what we do. Our job is to overcome the objection through our words, but more importantly, overcome objections every single day with the way that we lead our life and impact the lives of others.
Boom! Okay. Well.
Okay. So I had to share that. If you didn't see that yesterday, that was like the keynote of the wake-up call. And if you aren't watching the wake-up calls on that Team Beachbody 411, you're missing out on a lot of good stuff. So obviously there were a lot of nuggets. I've listened, actually, that was my third time listening to it. So I listened to it on Monday, and then I listened to it when I was working out, and then I just listened to that little part and I'm still taking notes. I'm like, oh my gosh, like all of that was just magical. So what stood out to you guys with that, and what nuggets did you get? Writing out your story of how you started, number one, because obviously we all had our objections probably starting out. I don't think most people just dive in and go, oh, let me buy this $140 challenge pack. Most people don't. So whatever it is your story is, compile that and put it into words so that you can share that when people do have their objections. Oh, Meredith unmuted herself. No.
Sorry, I wasn't even muted.
Oh, that was you earlier saying that. I'm sorry. Okay.
I like where she said you take their objections and weave them into your social media posts. That's what I like. We're weaving things like just objections like the no idea. I mean, because I used to have people, like when I have invited in the past, people say, well, I can't do what you're doing. Because, they'll look at my story and they'll see me doing the crazy workouts at the 80-day obsession. And I started thinking, wait a second. They think that if they do Beachbody on Demand, they have to do the 80-day obsession, or T25, when they don't realize that we have like yoga or PIO or something really even simpler for them to do. And so that's why, I made that post, because I didn't think that, people misunderstand. And that's been an objection that I've gotten in the past.
The one I got yesterday was, this is Beachbody. It's a gimmick. And I mean, she just left me hanging. I was like, okay. Yeah, clean eating and working out's a gimmick. I didn't just short-circuited my brain. I don't even know where to go with that. That's just definitely a no. I mean, you can't even fill in the gaps on that thing.
That's what kills me. It's like we do the hard stuff. We actually do the stuff where there are gimmicks out there, like pop this pill and you're going to have all your hopes and dreams fulfilled.
The other one I love too is that's one of those pyramid schemes.
Mm-hmm.
People say that. I'm really critical about that too. I'm like, if it was a scheme, it would be illegal.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, straight up. We wouldn't have a business license. It wouldn't be real. We wouldn't be dealing with taxes or anything else in the world. You know, I mean, it just straight up be a scam.
That's one of the ones that my Get Over Yourself Audible, she's like, oh, that's illegal. And you actually, those things are things where they don't actually sell products. Oh, is that something you want to be a part of? You want to be a part of a pyramid scheme?
There's stuff like that out there. But
Yeah.
I think, you know, there's a lot of negative publicity out there too that really kind of bites you a little bit sometimes. And you trying to duck that stuff sometimes and interact with that is very, very difficult when they've already been informed with negative publicity and they've got a bunch of garbage, you know. So kind of the response is, you know, I think you really need to educate yourself with this, you know, and where did you hear that? Or, you know, what source was that? You know, and it's interesting how people form an opinion in those respects.
Mm-hmm.
Those kind of dead end respects. You know, sometimes just like she said, forgive and forget. You know, I mean, bless and release or whatever. Move on.
Hey, Candy. Thanks for kidding.
My thing is the main objection is the silent treatment after they've told you, like, they've commented on your post and they're like, all right, I have the money now. I can do this. And they ask you to message them and you message them and you talk to them. And they already know what it is that they want. You know, like the girl wants the all access challenge pack. And you message them and they do a little, well, she called it a TMI thing because she was telling me her goals. And I'm like, well, that's great. And I chit-chatted with her. And then I reiterated the all access, and then she needed the link again. And then I waited 2 days and I follow up and wait a couple days and follow up, and it's like nothing. And I'm just like, I don't know what to do with that objection. I'm like, shit, do I go away or I don't know what to do? I'm like, it's frustrating.
I was sending out today. It wasn't actually challenge groups. It's more of coaching with people that I've had multiple times in a sneak peek, and I'm like, you've been doing the sneak peek for a year. Like you know what's in the sneak peek. Like you know what's in the sneak peek. So I was like, okay. So I went through the people who've been through multiple times and was just like, I said, hey, lady. Hope your week is going well so far. I want to touch base with you regarding our prior conversations on coaching. And this could be with Challenge Group. Our prior conversations with Challenge Group. I know you had a lot of interest at one point, and I didn't know if you still did. And if you wanted me to include you in future groups. If not, it won't hurt my feelings. I just wanted to know if there was anything else you needed from me to decide if this was right for you. So if you've given them everything, you've asked the questions, you feel like everything they have, and just say, hey, I just want to know if there's anything else you need from me to make a decision. Because obviously there's a disconnect, and I don't know what it is, and I want to be able to help you decide if you're wanting to go forward with the challenge pack, or if you're wanting to go forward with coaching. And I've gotten several messages back today, and they're like, I've just been so busy. Yes, I want to. It's just I haven't been able to. Blah 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 blah. But whatever. But just following up and saying you had so much interest. For whatever reason, XYZ, I wanted to see what it is from me that you need to make the ultimate decision or the final decision. Because obviously there's something that is holding you back. And I don't want whatever it is holding you back whenever we can address that.
Yeah.
a lot of times people are complaining, I need to lose weight. You see those comments in a post, I need to lose weight. But then when you address that and say, hey, look, they're offended and give you the middle finger kind of thing. And it's like, I didn't want to lose weight, really. I just wanted to make noise, So they're really not looking for a resource. They're just whining because they need a new car, but they can't afford the new car or don't really want a new car. They're just making noise out there. Sometimes it's just for attention. So trying to find people that are looking for a resource to fill their needs is all in informing, and trying to put the right information out in front of them to be able to understand that possibly what it is that we have would fit their bill. That's what she was saying in the video of it, is get more information about the products and about, different things in the business and how the companies run and so on. Those things make big differences in how people make decisions as well.
Yeah, I mean, too, some people think they're ready sometimes, and they do. They're going to talk about it for 2 years before they, and that's, I don't know. I think some of us were rare in the fact that we did need something, and we just went into it like within the first. It's for me with coaching, like literally maybe 3 days after I talked to Heather, I signed up, even though I was like, I don't have money to sign up. I just put on a credit card, and I know that wasn't responsible, but thankfully I did. I paid it off pretty quickly, but
that's kind of how I was like, okay, I get a discount, and then I get this message, hey girl, you're going to go inactive. I'm like, I don't know what that means, but okay, what do I need to buy? So I would just put like E&E and the P90 recover or whatever. Is that enough points? I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
I never had the money, but I don't know what does she mean by tell me more? Like, would you just say those words? Just tell me more? Or
Yeah, it sounds like, just if they have, so for whatever reason, like, what was the objection? It was not enough money or,
yeah, I think.
So tell me more, like, why
Okay.
don't you feel like you can afford it, or what do you feel that this product isn't going to fulfill, or I guess a lot more too with like coaching. If somebody's been with another opportunity before and they've been burned, or they feel like, whatever reason, tell me more about that. Like, tell me more about what you experienced, and let's go through that, because I know there's pain points that you've experienced and how this is different from what you went through with whatever.
I don't want to talk somebody into it. I want them to make a commitment. You know what I'm saying? Some people can sell ice to an Eskimo. That's not a good sale, because it's going to go away. The hard part is getting people to commit. A lot of people are interested, but to get them to say, yep, I'm in. It's like Diane and I, we're in. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know why we weren't in way before this, but, that's a tough one too.
Yeah, like she said, and I feel like too, I'm not in the convincing business. I don't want to drag you on our team. I don't want to drag you in my challenge group. I don't want to drag you if you're not wanting to do this. But if you do, and there's one little strand of something that's holding you back, let's figure out what that is, and get over that hump, because it could be you're saying it's the price, but it's not necessarily the price. It may be that you're not confident that you can actually complete the program, or you're not confident that this is actually going to work. And like she said,
with the one lady that I talked to at the beginning of the month when she got the challenge pack, she wanted to talk to me on the phone because she said, I have the money. I don't want it to be a waste of money. Where before it was like, no, I don't have the money. No, I don't have the money. And finally I was like, I used that question. Okay, what are you missing? What more do you need from me to commit? I've been talking to her for like almost 2 years, and she was like, can we talk? Can I talk to you on the phone? And she said, honestly, I do have the money. I'm just afraid that I won't follow through with it, that I'll pay, $160 for this,
and there it will sit. The bag will sit on my counter, and I won't log on and do the workout. And I totally get that. I do. I mean, it's a lot of money to waste if you're afraid that you're not going to commit to it. It really is.
Well, and that too is where the value of us comes in, and that's, you know, like Chelsea said, is that's where you can like put out there, this is where I come in. I'm going to help you to stick with this. I'm going to make sure you do push play, that you do get your workouts in, that you do put that shake in your body, and then you make it and it tastes really good. And you're getting my service for free, or vice versa. You can say you're paying me and you're getting the product for free, whichever one you want to say, but whichever seems like more value. But really, truly, at the end of the day, I mean, I was telling my Uber driver that the other day. He's like, what do you do? Blah, blah, blah. And I said, you know, you never know what to say when somebody says, what do you do? I'm like, well, you know, the P90X. And he's like, oh, yeah, I did that program. It was so hard. I got in the best shape ever. And I was like, yeah. Basically, I'm that person that holds people accountable to doing programs like that. And that's kind of the missing piece that a lot of people don't have. Like when they go to the gym or they go and they do whatever, or, you know. So people have that objection. They don't have confidence that they're going to actually do it. That's where you can, like, build up what we actually do and say, hey, that's what I'm here for, to make sure that I'm going to check in with you every single day, put you in a group with other people that are going to inspire you to show up and get the results that you're looking for. But yeah, I mean, that's interesting that you say. She said she had the money before she said she didn't. Most of the time people do have it somewhere and they can figure it out some way. It's just they're not convinced that it's worth it. And there's a file in our team page, and I remember people talking about, oh, I don't understand how to present the value of a challenge pack. I'm like, okay, let's break this down. If people really and truly want to know the value of a challenge pack, okay, so first and foremost, you get 30 meals. 30 meals. That most likely, if you're going to Subway every day. I did that for my husband the other day. I went to Subway and got him $8. $8 for lunch. And I'm like, okay, all right. I mean, most people are spending the money. They just need to figure out how to. There you go, right there. 30 meals. They get 12 months of hundreds of workouts in their home gym, versus they don't have to go out to buy a gym membership, right? They don't have to spend $300 on a gym membership. I remember I worked at a gym in college and a little bit outside of college. So I worked at Gold's Gym for 5 years. I know how much it cost to join a member. I mean, that was a long time ago. I'm not giving my age. Well, you know how old I am probably, but that was a long time ago. That was 20 years ago. People were paying $300 a year for a gym membership and maybe showing up twice, right? I mean, they walk in the door and they wouldn't show back up. Or like $40, $50 a month. That right there, right? Then we have the meal plan. If you were to go to a nutritionist to get a meal plan, that's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars just to get somebody to write you a meal plan, which is already embedded in the challenge pack. So breaking it down, and then you have a coach that's going to make sure you stick to all of that to make sure your goals. So price objection shouldn't even be there. If they really truly want to achieve those goals, really? Breaking it down like that, it's like, if you want to do this, that this is your solution and you're going to save a buku amount of money. I mean, typically, like, I remember when I bought P90X, even off of eBay, because I didn't know about Beachbody. It was still $100 just for that one program. And that was on eBay. I remember challenge packs were like $210, $220 when I first started. So, and that was just one program. And that wasn't even like a really big meal plan. It was just whatever. There's my soapbox.
I think I paid almost $200 for T25.
Yeah, exactly.
I think a big thing is you have to find somebody that has a want, need, or desire. All of us that are on this call right now had a want, need, or desire at one point in time that drew us towards wanting to do something. And when we heard about it, or somebody explained it to us, or somebody shared with us, or we saw somebody working out, it clicked, you know. And trying to prospect and trying to find people that have that, you know, you can cast a line out there in that creek all day long. There's no fish there, you're not going to catch anything, you know. So us putting it out there with the workout and what we do and making a post and stuff like that, that's casting the line out there. And if somebody sees that, has a want, need, or desire, it's good. When you're looking for people, that's where my challenge is. You're looking for people. You're sifting through all these posts, looking for little clues of people that have a want, need, or desire, you know, or whatever, whether it's a health condition or a goal or whatever. That's where the tough part is for me, is trying to find those folks, because so many people are wishy-washy or they're not real. You know, they post all kinds of stuff, but that isn't what they meant at all. It was something completely different. So it's definitely a challenge. I'll tell you what. You ever run into that at all?
Yeah, I mean, I think we all do. I think first and foremost too is beginning this business, or you know, with this, is just building relationships in general, and then, you know, they continue to see that you're going to be in the relationship business regardless if they proceed or not. And then that's kind of the first, I don't know if that makes sense or not, but I think we have a future coach, Haley. Future coach wanting to be on the call. So how are we looking on time? Oh, it's 10 till. That went fast. I think too, just you guys just embrace the objections. Don't feel like they're an obstacle. Don't feel like they're a hindrance. Don't feel like it's something that is getting in the way of helping someone. It's going to be there. And again, I remember doing a live call not a long time ago, but I remember a few people were really struggling with objections, and they were like, I had a couple no's and I'm just done with reaching out to people. I'm like, you can't just derail your entire business because you're getting objections, because you're going to get them. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Lindsay Matway or Melanie Mitro or Amy Silverman. I don't care who you are. You're going to get objections. And that's okay. That's part of it. And it's embracing them and loving them and just helping people understand how to get around whatever it is that is holding them back from what their goals are. Again, we probably all had them at some point in time before either signing up as a coach or signing up with a challenge pack or signing up with Shakeology or whatever it is. I'll forever remember going to Walmart with my husband and getting protein powder and saying, it's the same thing as Shakeology. I don't need that Shakeology stuff. Objections are the gates to get through the wall. Yeah, not the wall itself. Yep. So hopefully this helped.
Yeah, that call really helped me a lot. I took a lot of notes. She was talking really fast, so I have to sit and look at my scribbles.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, slow down on all those questions, lady, and you watch it live, so you can't stop it.
Yeah, she's awesome. If you don't follow her on social, she's very genuine, and yeah, just a matter of asking a ton of questions, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, I took a bunch of notes too. I'm trying to think of what really was sharing. Sorry. The dog knocked the door open, and so you can hear everything in the kitchen. And I think this is something that I had taken a long time ago and put in my notes, is when we do get shut down or get objections, to not get derailed into the next conversation. So if maybe you have like, oh my gosh, this person totally just shut me down or whatever, when you go into the next conversation, don't hold that conversation that you have with somebody else into the next conversation. Because the person's going to feel that what you just had with that other person in that conversation. So that's where obviously personal development does come in hardcore, because if you're not feeling positive and uplifted and passionate about what we're doing because of a conversation that you had and had an objection or whatever from a previous conversation, you got to detach yourself from that, right? And move on to the next and go into that next conversation fresh.
Yeah, sometimes it takes me a few minutes. It's like last night when that woman was commenting or whatever. It was like, well, here's somebody else. I'm like, you know what? I don't really want to talk to anybody right now because it just ticked me off. It was like the first time I'm like, a gimmick? Are you kidding me? So I just sat there. I was like, okay, I got to let this go. And I didn't want to talk to anybody else, at least for 5 minutes, because I didn't want my next conversation that I have with somebody to come off rude or just have the mindset of, well, this person's probably just going to think I'm trying to sell them something or whatever. So sometimes I have to do that, is just walk away for a few minutes and sometimes even go find something funny, like look on Pinterest for funny memes or whatever to get myself back into it. And I'm like, all right, just shake it off, let it go. I don't care. And I have to say that. I don't care. So it's hard though.
It is. I mean, it is. But again, that's where we have to detach ourselves from the outcome.
And that's, I'm like, they just missed the best opportunity in their life. Walk away from it and say, who's next, So.
What's that saying? And it always sounds so insensitive, but it's
some will, some won't, so what?
Yes. Yes, some will, some won't, so what? Who's next? Yeah. And that does sound so like insensitive, but it is true. It is, because you cannot dwell on those who aren't ready. You can't dwell on those who are bashing what you're doing. You can't dwell on those who are negative towards this. Because if you do, that's what you're focusing on, the wrong thing, right?
Yeah, it was like yesterday, this girl had messaged me. I talked to her a long time ago. She asked me what I did. Like, I was just talking with her. I didn't even talk about myself. I was asking her questions. She said, do you do online work or something? I don't know. Basically, she was asking me if I was in an MLM. And I told her what I was and that I help people with their health and fitness goals. That's it. No invite, no nothing. Well, the other day was her birthday, and I wished her a happy birthday. And she goes, oh, prior to our conversation, I am absolutely 100% not interested in anything that you have to sell. So I'm sorry that I didn't answer you before, but I'm doing Weight Watchers, and I don't do what you do. And I was like, excuse me? And I came back, and I was like, you're welcome for the happy birthday wish. I didn't say that, but I was like, in all due respect, ma'am, you asked me what I did for a living, and I told you. I said, in no way was that an invite, and I'm sorry if it offended you. I was like, I have to get off the internet like right now before I lose my mind.
What's funny though is some of those that happen. Like I remember have several people doing something like similar, and then them coming back later and going, by the way, what I was doing doesn't really work. Can you tell me a little bit more? Like, I remember even somebody doing the pyramid scheme thing, and she's like, aren't you in a pyramid scheme? And I'm like, yes, absolutely, I'm in a pyramid scheme. No, I didn't say that, but I was like, you mean network marketing? And I kind of explained that it was illegal to be in a pyramid scheme or whatever, and she was just kind of like, whatever. Well, she eventually joined our team, and she actually rocked it for a while, and she ended up not sticking around, but she really did well when she was doing it. But it was just funny because we had the pyramid scheme conversation like a year before, and then all of a sudden she reached out and was like, tell me again, what, can I do that thing that you're doing? I'm like, yeah. But it's funny. But somebody posted today, she's in Redeem Fields, and she said, if you still think people are doing the pyramid scheme, you're probably the same person that are doing Google Maps or something. What was it? No, it was printing out maps or something like that. It was basically saying, like, this is the olden days to where you're actually pulling out a map and, like, looking at a map versus, like, doing Waze or, like, a Google map or whatever. I thought that was funny. I have to find that actual post because I didn't actually come out the way it actually was.
The first 4 Success Club points that I had in one period were, I took it away from them. They wanted to know what I was doing. I was working with these people with some stuff at work, and they were a contractor, and they're like, wow, you've lost a lot of weight. I was doing PIO, and I got in really, really great shape. I was like, yeah, I lost a bunch of weight. I don't have to take my meds anymore. I don't have diabetes anymore. And their eyeballs were bugging out. They were like, tell me more, tell me more. I was like, yeah, you know, it's probably not for you guys. And I mean, I took it away. And before that afternoon was over with, they were ready to club me over the head and tie me down and tickle me until I told them. I mean, it was nuts. And both of them, they were on Shakeology for a long time. And one guy lost like 80 pounds. It was nuts. And
oh my God.
Just drank the Shakeology for breakfast instead of McDonald's. Just that change. You lost a lot of weight doing that. That's nuts. Just took it away from them. And as soon as you do that, it's like now you've got their attention big time, especially if they have an interest in what's going on.
Yeah. Ballsy.
My life.
Or he'll just go tell people they're gonna die. So.
Yeah, that's it. Where was that at? It was in Nashville.
That was in Nashville. You're gonna die.
I asked the guy, the waiter, if the guy in the kitchen can do some chips, and he said no. And I said he's just gonna die. Sean was gonna have a heart attack right there.
All right, guys, we're right at 9. So anything else you have? Was this helpful?
Yeah.
Calendar.
I think it's one of the, other than inviting, getting out of your comfort zone, inviting, I think objections are like one of the biggest things that pulls people back.
Yeah.
Well, they can tell you no now. It doesn't mean it's no forever.
I mean, it's so true. And we say it all the time, but it's so true. Oh my gosh. I can't tell you. And again, like, what was it last week? I was saying it usually on average takes 7 times talking to someone before they commit. That's on average. So that could be, you know, talk to a couple times, but then sometimes you talk to somebody 20 different times and you're like, this is never going to go anywhere. And finally they're like, okay, I'm ready. Where'd that come from? Well, you talked to me for 20 times, you know, for 2 years. I'm finally watching you in crevices of my whatever. But yeah, so.
I guess last month, that one girl, she's in the VIP group. I think her name's Alicia Ironheart. Just like the last day of the month last month, she was like, hey, just so you know, I bought the All Access Challenge Pack with Shakeology. I'm like, what? I haven't talked to you in like 2 months because I just gave up on like messaging you and not getting a reply or whatever, or just saying you didn't have money.
We worked with her for like a year.
Yeah, it was crazy. And just out of the blue, she just came back and she's loving it. And I'm just like mind blown. I never thought in a million years.
Yeah. So next week, Christina Delgado is going to be on our call. So if you don't know who she is a rock star in our business, like complete rock star. Millionaire Club, was on the cab for a couple of years, coaches advisory board. She's just a really awesome coach. She's just, I don't know, like anytime I've been in contact with her, I just love her. She just makes you feel like you're the only person that like she just makes you feel like you're important. Like, you know, like she just is very genuine, very awesome, fun person. But she's going to share, I'm not sure what she's going to share with us, but she's going to be on our call. So we have to max it out make use of her time. So you guys, I'm going to be posting a lot in our team pages. Get on the call. You have to max it out. Invite your friends, your coaches, your coach buddies, and all that good stuff. So other than that, you guys get to Super Saturday, which is the following week, and blow the rest out of this month with Success Club or whatever it is that you have goal-wise. And if you want your face on our team call, put it up there. Arlene, there's 2 of you not on, and that's okay. Can't figure out how to show my face. Okay, so in the left-hand corner, at least for me, there's a stop video. Like if you can see this little thing right here, click on that. Are you on your phone or computer? Laptop. Okay, so you should see over here, depending on what kind of laptop you have, a icon thing to click on, stop video or start video. There you are, magical. Okay, cool. All right, so okay, cool. No worries. Can't use camera on my phone. No privacy issues. Cool. Okay. All right, you guys. On 3. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful faces. Thank you guys so much for getting on tonight. Hope this was useful and hope you got something out of it. And let's rock out the rest of the month. April's going to be insane with so many new things coming out. I'm so excited and grateful for everything that's coming. So you guys have an amazing rest of the night, and we'll see you later. Love you guys.